this is the story of how a Stradivarius worth $10 million came to be at my house for the weekend. A luthier whom I know and admire called me up out of the blue on Thursday and said, listen, I want to have two Strads playing a duo for an opening of a polo match on Sunday. Are you in? And I said, sure. So I went in to New York and I picked up this gorgeous 1727 Gillot Stradivarius. I was shocked when he said I could bring it home for the weekend. One of the ways that I get to know an instrument is to play Bach. I'm a firm believer that Bach left a map for us humans, how to be better humans, and when I'm playing his music, I feel illuminated. Strad supposedly put a little bit of blood into that varnish, and you can see this is why they call his violins red violins. They've faded throughout the centuries to this nice kind of caramel, but you can see hints of where the red originally was. You can never remove the varnish of a violin. You will completely destroy it in its natural sound. The other thing that I love to think about is what the story is of each violin. Now, in the modern era, we have these nice cases and they have different like hydraulic systems that help us to absorb any shocks. But in the old days, you have to imagine that these were carried around in sacks on people's backs, okay? And the fact that they were able to survive earthquakes and fires and world wars and all kinds of things is a real testament to why they're so incredible and to the fact that their voices are still here and alive for us. So another part of playing and getting to know an instrument is being able to know where to get the sound from and how it's going to sound before we go for a certain note with a certain fingering, with a certain attack. One of the amazing things about playing the violin is that there's just so much processing going on at the same time. You know, you have your triangle, your left hand, your right hand, and of course your brain. And then between all three, there's different elements and different choices we make in a split second as to what's going to sound the best in the acoustics of the room, with the music, with how we're feeling about the instrument, with how the instrument is responding to us. So these are all really important things, and I usually tend to pick pieces that may be a little bit slower to try to pull the sound out of the instrument and to make it speak. The more you imprint yourself and your sweat, believe it or not, into an instrument, it starts waking up and starts responding only to you. It's like it's an organic thing. It's almost like it's alive. It's an incredible thing. That's why people go crazy for strats, because they react to you in a way that nothing else does. playing the violin, that you're constantly in battle with this piece of wood, this wooden box. To us violinists, it's almost like a hologram. It keeps on changing. It changes with the humidity, it changes with age, it changes with how we play it, it changes with how we even attempt to create sound. Violins are a very personal thing, and they become embedded inside of you. You go every single day and you look at yourself to see how much you can pull out, how much you can make a comment on the world, on your life, how much you can lift somebody else by playing your song and they can hear it and be happy or sad. You know, that's our job as performers, is to be able to communicate that. And that's what Strad did so incredibly, is he made an instrument that has lasted over 300 years and has so many different sonorities, so many different paint colors in the toolbox. And as an artist, having a chance to play on this instrument and get to know it and have it get to know me is a very high honor, and it's one that I'm going to remember.